Hi everyone, welcome to this session on accelerating migrations using the ISV Workload Migration Program. My name is Hitesh Kumeria and I'm the global lead on this program and part of AWS, and I'll talk to you today about what this program is all about. So in today's session, we will cover some of the market trends. We'll talk about what the program is and some of the qualifying criteria and success metrics. And I'll summarize all of that for you towards the end and leave you with some next steps and areas where you can find more information about the program. Diving right into the market trends, we are seeing that nearly 70% of ISVs globally expect their revenue to grow from their SaaS and cloud-based business models. This is a phenomenon that's happening globally. We're seeing partners, ISV partners across North America, across EMEA, across APAC, who are embracing their cloud products and are growing their cloud products and see all of their new market growth come from those cloud-based products that they are building together with AWS. And towards that, the ISVs also see that the support from cloud service providers like AWS is extremely important and key for them to be successful in migrating customers that have been using their products for many years on premises to the cloud versions and to the SaaS versions of their products. And this is the support that we try to give through the workload migration program, where we are seeing some of the challenges around lack of skills. We're seeing challenges around staff bandwidth with customers, and a prescriptive migration methodology and any tools and automation that we can bring in to help do this faster, to help do this cheaper, to help do this more securely. Time to market is key for our customers. And to increase the agility and innovation and cost effectively migrate these ISV workloads, our customers need help from AWS and, of course, from our AWS partners in our APN partner network. The solution that we have come up with as a company is the AWS ISV Workload Migration Program. We work with ISV and SI partners to create a repeatable migration capability and joint go-to-market strategy to drive their customer migrations to their cloud offers at scale. And I'll talk to you a bit more about the program in detail now. So as part of the AWS partner network, you of course get a lot of support to help you get faster time to market, get closer to your customers, and enter new markets and new verticals possibly, increase profitability, reduce your business risk, train your employees, and also maximize your partner relationships with some of the other AWS partners. And towards that, the workload migration program helps you put together some of these elements, and we'll talk a little bit about that. Now, as an ISV partner, once you have used programs such as MAP and SaaS Factory to build your SaaS platform, your cloud-based platform on AWS, we help you launch and grow that by helping you migrate customers that have been using the on-premises version of your software to that cloud version, and do that in a repeatable, secure, and automated manner wherever possible. So the program therefore has three components. The very first is the technical enablement, where we help create some migration accelerators and more technical support, and I'll talk to you about that more in another slide. We have a component of investments, where we invest for each and every migration that you do for your customers. We'll help invest with that, and access to the broader APN community to create that delivery capability globally for you. So as part of the technical enablement itself, we help build a prescriptive migration methodology aligned with AWS best practices. We'll help build migration accelerators, which could include things like quick starts. It could include more automation, and again, following templates, which would help you deploy and build customer environments for your product very quickly. We also provide strategic enablement for your professional services and your channel partners, who can then follow these guidelines and migrate your customers and increase your reach. And from a technical go-to-market standpoint, we help with creating thought leadership around joint blogs, case studies, technical forums where we would love to participate and come and speak to your customers about how we have developed this prescriptive methodology, what are some of the scenarios that our customers have faced, and how using certain tools and automation we help mitigate some of the risks that potentially could stall migrations. The way we identify these repeatable patterns could be based on the way you profile your customers, which could be a small, medium, large. There could be any regulated industries that you could be working in. We also look at the solution platforms as to what the application is migrating off, which could be through a hardware native environment or on Hyper-Vs or VMware environments, and moving on to the cloud-based product. And we also then try and rank the workload towards a maturity index on cloud to see how cloud ready some of those customers are, how easy it is to transition either the application or the data that moves along with it, or the data ingestion that needs to happen for that application to now start running on the cloud. And looking at these elements holistically, we're then able to help you define and create a migration strategy that works for your customers, is aligned with our AWS best practices that is built over years of experience, and helps you deliver these customer migrations at scale and in a secure manner. The joint investment from the program essentially has two components. So the one investment is funding, as I had mentioned earlier, where we help mitigate customers' financial risk by providing funding for each and every migrations that happen. And from a go-to-market perspective, we can help drive field sales interlocks with our sales teams, align the program with your sales plays so that your deals desk is able to understand and qualify when to apply this program and when the incentives come into play and what the customer scenarios that would apply to these incentives and this program to be used. We also help develop content and campaigns around doing demand generation, around getting awareness of your offers to the end customers, and supporting you with that with speakers or material or any case studies. And as we develop joint case studies, we really look forward to seeing success from our partners and our customers, and making sure that we talk about that success jointly, and making sure your customers are also aware of the benefits other customers have accrued, and are able to accelerate their decisions knowing that this is something that is validated and has benefited many customers. We also train your SI partners and your consulting partners or your resellers to help them understand how to qualify customers, how to identify the programs, as well as how to deliver so that you have a broader delivery capability. And if you need more AWS partners to help you deliver that on a global basis, that's again another area we can help you with. The program entry criteria is fairly simple. We obviously would need to have that product built on AWS, on which you will migrate your customers to. We do look for a significant install base to migrate over. Having completed the foundational technical review is super critical because that's the basis of our technology partnership with you. And if we have an ability to create any kind of repeatability around the migration motion, both for the sales go-to-market as well as the technical aspects of actually doing the migration and automating the migration so that there is repeatability and scale that can be driven there. What we've seen being more successful with some partners is the ones that drive a cloud-first strategy as an ISV. And they have the executive sponsorship to lead with a cloud proposal for their customers and incentivizing their sellers and customers on their cloud deals. And that truly makes a big difference. And I'll talk a little bit more about that on this cloud-first strategy. We do want partners to sign up to joint goals so that we have a framework to work backwards from, which tells us, like, here's what we're trying to achieve. And using the elements of this program, how can we accelerate us going to market together and help achieve those goals for us together. I'll talk a little bit more about some of the migration use cases that we support in the program. So we do support any ISV products that today run on premises in a customer's environment or in your data centers as a hosted offer to customers, and moving those over to your products built on AWS. So that's a migration use case that is the most common that we absolutely use. We also support customers migrating applications running on data centers or hosted environments onto their own AWS account. So this could be so a customer moving to SaaS or a customer moving to run the software in their AWS account. Both motions are supported. We do support migrations coming off any other public cloud providers onto AWS. We also work with certain cloud native ISV partners where they don't have a legacy product, but there is a market opportunity for them to migrate customers. I would at this time also want to touch upon the use cases that we do not support. And that would be about customers who are currently running their software in their AWS account and are moving to a SaaS-based product. And for the purpose of at least the financial investments, that is not considered a migration in our program definitions. We can, of course, help create the migration methodology and the process to do that, but we won't be able to support it from a commercial standpoint. And building of your platform on AWS is, again, more of an engagement for our SaaS Factory team and our migration acceleration program, which I'm sure you're familiar with. Well, I did touch upon this about what a successful workload migration program engagements look like. We've had many partners in this program who have enjoyed tremendous success over the last 3 years that this program has been in existence. And our learning from those partners is what has made some partners more successful versus others. And that is truly driving that top-down executive sponsorship of becoming a cloud-first company, their commitment to a cloud strategy, and being able to build recognized migration patterns, putting together a strong go-to-market on the field where our sales teams are working together and taking these offers to customers. And as we get more success, we get those customer references and case studies, and we spread the word about how customers are getting benefit from these programs and this motion, and create more repeatability around that. And what truly helps make this successful is when you put the entire organization behind this, and it's your sales team, your professional services organization who can help deliver these migrations, your channel who can increase your reach and again reach more customers and help more customers migrate to the cloud, and building cloud-based products which truly define you as a cloud company and not a company with just another cloud product. And doing that truly helps accelerate this motion. And then using the framework of the workload migration program with the technical enablement, the funding, and the go-to-market put together, which really drive the success of this program in the field. Well, here's what one of our partners has to say about their experience working with us. And for Seek, who are a large ISV and really big in their domain, this program is being a shot of adrenaline to their migration strategy. They have built their SaaS product and they have been trying to migrate their customers. And by providing that prescriptive approach and lowering the financial risk for customers, they're able to quickly deliver more business value to not just to Seek, but also to their end customers, and take away that perception of risk of what does it mean for me to move to the cloud? Has someone done this before? And putting together the joint methodology between Seek and AWS together and taking it to market is what has truly made this a very successful partnership with Seek. Well, that's pretty much about the program. What I can, in summary, what I can talk to you about is, of course, the market trends and our partners are telling us that customers want to move their ISV products to the cloud. They are looking for a low risk and a prescriptive approach. The workload migration program offers to build that approach and bring in the cost mitigation. The joint go to market with AWS on the field drives that cloud adoption, and the investment really accelerate those decisions. And automation and tooling are so critical to reducing that risk, following best practices, and delivering that migration successfully. And of course, we're here to help drive joint demand generation, do field alignment with our sellers, and drive thought leadership on why migrating those applications to the cloud is the absolute best thing for our customers to do. Here are some resources that you can look at. That's our website, program website, where you can see a little bit more about the program criterias and look at some of the partners who are already in the program. And if you want to know further information, that's the email that you can write to us at, or contact your AWS Alliance lead, and they can help you navigate through the program and help you understand what some of the next steps could be. As one of the sessions that might interest you, if this was another session that you liked, you should look at some of the sessions around our co-selling business. That's a team that's grown and is a key pillar to our joint go-to-market success. To look at the cloud economics accreditation, because our customers definitely want to understand what is the true business case and TCO of moving to the cloud. And of course, understand how to use things like ACE, because that is the foundation of how we work together and is our common meeting point for us. Thank you once again for your time today and to listening to this session. Please do not forget to complete the session survey. Thank you.